Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta.
And today, June 5th, is National Start Over Day. So if you have something going on that's not working, start over from scratch. Just start over. And we want you to always start over with love, compassion, and respect. Because if you keep goodness in the forefront, everything will work out okay in the end. So, happy National Start Over Day.
Start Over Day. Yep, I love that. So you have no excuses.
From scratch. I love that too.
Yep.
Start from scratch.
Yeah, exactly. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us for another one of our chats. And before we get going, if you like our chats, which I hope you do,
Yes.
please hit the thumb icon. Have you subscribed to our channel yet? If you haven't, please do so. And hit the bell notification so you get notified whenever a chat is ready to be viewed. Just because you subscribe, I can't even talk. Just because you subscribe does not mean that you'll get notifications.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, so the tea we're drinking today is one that we've had many times and we love it. It's our go-to. It's a Good Earth sweet and spicy organic one. We love it so much, and it reminds us of the restaurant that used to be in the Bay Area called Good Earth. We love it in Cupertino.
It didn't matter whether you went in the restaurant or not. If you were on the street,
you could smell it, just the fragrance.
Oh, it smells so good.
And every time you go inside, you're like, I have to get one of those.
Well, I would always say, I think I'm going to have, this was before we found out how bad Cokes were for you. Well, I'll just have a Coke. And I had yet to get a Coke inside of Good Earth. I always ordered the tea because the smell would just waft all over you.
So amazingly good.
Yes.
So we're so glad we have this. And the ingredients here are organic rooibos. This is all organic. Cinnamon, chicory root, rose hip, lemongrass, chamomile, castor oil, which I'm not really sure what that is, peppermint, orange oil, ginger root, honeybush, and orange peel. So
Yay.
There you have it. Good Earth sweet and spicy.
Yes.
We love it.
Yes. Another reason that we love it is the tea bags come with a little message. It's always good when you get a surprise. So the message on my little tea bag is live with no excuse and love with no regrets.
Very good. And my one says, knowing yourself is the best knowledge to have. And the person that wrote this, I don't know who this person is, but her name is Adela Gonzalez.
I didn't even.
That's great.
Who wrote mine? It is. Okay, it just says Montel. There's lots of Montels. There's Montel Jordan,
Montel Williams.
So yes.
We don't know which Montel.
Thank you, Montel. So we always. I tell you, the aroma. Too bad we don't have smell vision yet, but even the tea bag smells amazing. Yes.
Cheers. Cheers. I love it, even though it's boiling hot outside today.
I know.
Still
we're going to have to figure out how to do iced teas because, we could get triple digits today, but we shall see. So, as always, we like to set the tone in the space. So, our thoughts and prayers go out to the entire universe. We know that there can be peace. Peace can exist. I am a Star Wars, Star Trekky girl. Live long and prosper. I love me some Mr. Spock. And one of the reasons that I got into it, when it first came out, I didn't, weird. Later, I love the fact that there were these beautiful animals and creatures, and did nobody care. If you had one eyeball, they didn't care if you were skinny, you were fat. And that's what we want to get to, and that's what we want to aspire to. He loves you because he doesn't come near me. There's something that you have that little bug says, I love her. I'm going to hang out with her.
I don't want you near me. Go over there.
Isn't that cute? So, as you know, this year we're focusing on our children, not just our personal children, but children in general. And we want to do things to help them be who they are to be in the world and to nurture that and to help them grow. And first and foremost, this is June, and June is Pride Month. The LGBTQ plus community, this is their month to celebrate. There will be all kinds of activities going on every weekend. So check your local communities to find out what's going on.
What's weird is that San Francisco's Pride Parade is
Yes.
not until June the 30th.
I know.
Which
at
is the end of the month. I don't
Yes.
understand
Well,
that.
they want to make it, I guess they're going to do build-ups. But during COVID, we were all locked down. I found this television show called Pose. And it featured Billy Porter. That's how I got to learn about him and fall in love with him. I thought, dear God, this man is amazing. And one of the things that they showed us is when you're young and you're coming into the LGBTQ community, you live in a house and you have a mother. So right now, this weekend, there are going to be some house competitions where they strike a pose and they do Vogue and they slam where they fall.
Oh, so
on the ground.
Pose is still going on?
Not the TV show. This is real.
Oh, real.
Real in San Francisco.
Oh, in San Francisco.
Yes,
Did
and
not
Billy
know that.
Porter is going to be the master of ceremony.
He's coming to San Francisco.
Yes,
What is
for
this?
For the contest. And so this is taking something that was in a TV show and it's in living color. So I think that's amazing.
Amazing.
I agree.
I bet you it's going to be full house because
Full house.
everybody loves.
Well, they started showing some of the young people and they're teaching them how to walk, with shoulders back, attitude.
So this is a competition.
It's a competition of the houses.
Oh,
so the
wow.
mothers of the houses and the children, just like in the TV show, every show they would do a competition. They have these statues. These things are like 6 feet tall.
Wow.
And you would win a statue. And you would be like the house of the week or the house of the month.
Wow.
So if we can find out any more information, we will post it because this is just pretty exciting. I mean, it's just so beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that is to support the LGBTQ plus community. And there's a major component of that related to our children. I keep hearing different, categories of, how our children are, because social media is everywhere. Back in the day, you were a girl, I was a girl, he's a boy, done. Now people are talking about, oh, well, I don't feel like I'm a human. I'm a fur.
What?
I'm a fur baby. I'm like, what is that? And, it's gotten to the point where some schools allow litter boxes for them to use the bathroom.
What? I have not heard of this. Where and when is this happening?
It's happening. And I just heard about this a little earlier today.
Crazy.
So we're going to do a little research because I think, like you, it's crazy. And we're going to see if we can figure out what is going on with that. Because the thing that we found out and we want to talk a little bit about today is fighting in school. Now, when I was young, I would see someone and say I did something or she did something to me, and then one of us would say, I'll see you after school. And I was like, bring it if you think you can. And you talk smack, and you might even meet and you might shake each other around a little bit. But within 2 days, we were friends. We were hugged up, we were going shopping, we were going to go and have a burger and fries, Nowadays, it's not like that. And apparently schools are having a hard time trying to regulate when children get in trouble, what to do.
Right.
How do they hold them accountable for their action? So I found an article about girls fighting, which just destroyed me a little bit. A 16-year-old girl died. Let me say that again. A 16-year-old child died after suffering severe injuries from a school fight with bullies. The mom claims that the school officials failed to stop the bullying that was targeting her daughter. As everything now, everything is on social media. So someone took a video of the fight and posted the fight, not the fight that caused the death, previous fights of this little girl. And so they posted it. So the mom took that to say, my child is being harassed. What are you going to do about it? Unfortunately, they didn't do anything. So the cell phone footage shows the violent altercation between two teen girls in a bathroom. It's this particular school is the Manual Arts High School in South Los Angeles. There's no denying that fighting is a problem in America. I mean, you just can't. But 46% of schools in America have seen an increase in fighting and violence. And to me, that's because there's no consequences. You know, that's why I'm not the principal, because if I was the principal, first thing I'd get rid of is cell phones. No phones in my school, number one. Because if you're not doing something to be seen, chances are you won't be fighting in school because nobody can see it. And by the time you want to post it, it's too late, too old. Everything's moves so fast. So I would do that. According to the survey by the National Center for Education Statistics, violence is year over year getting worse. So when we were young kids, if we got into an altercation, the teacher would grab one kid by their arm, the other ones, and separate them. Now teachers don't even know if they should do that. They don't know if they'll be sued. If they pull the child away and God forbid the shoulder comes out of the socket or whatever, it's not about the fighting anymore. It's about your teacher hurt my child. So that's also a consequences that we're like, well, I'm sorry. If your child is beating up on another student and I'm the adult in the room, I am going to try and stop the fight.
Right. It's crazy.
It
It's
really
crazy.
is.
Or back in our days, there would be suspension.
Yes.
That would be it.
And, the thing that makes it harder now, but this is where, like we always say, it starts at the top. Parents need to start parenting. If your child does something bad and they get in trouble at school, take away the phones. Shut that Wi-Fi at the house down. Turn the cell service off. If they realize they are going to be stuck all alone, they'll slow their roll. They won't just grab someone and try. I mean, they pulled this child's hair out. This was not a one-time fight. This was a repetition. And that's what's so sad about it, is that it just kept going over and over.
And the loss of a young girl's life.
Yeah. Beautiful young girl. Beautiful.
I don't know. I can't even imagine what the parents are going through.
Yeah.
Cannot.
Especially when the mom went to the school to say, this is what's going on. And I just want you to be aware these kids are harassing my child.
Right.
And then for her to lose her child to the bully. I mean, we had bullies, they wanted money. Everybody gave them $1, gave them $0.25, whatever they wanted, and they would go away. It wasn't about violence. It wasn't about beating you up. They would, I remember one time they would go through lunches and see who brought what for lunch, and they'd take the lunches, and me and my girlfriends, we figured out something to put into the lunches that they didn't want ours anymore. Called sardines. It was that, the sandwich we had, we were very smart. It had like ham and cheese, but we put sardines in the middle, so when he bit into it, it was like, it was like, I like it. And they talked for a little bit about, oh, her food is nasty, and I was like, yeah, but I like it. Now, we didn't eat that. We just went down to the and got something else to eat, but that was to teach them not to take our food.
Right.
But it wasn't violent.
It's crazy. And also, when we were younger, there wasn't such things as a lot of gangs.
Right.
Gangs are just so prevalent nowadays.
You were telling me about the graduation.
Yes, the gangs. And there's one incident. I found this article on this incident, and this is this year, 2024, in Memphis, Tennessee, a high school called Hamilton High School.
Right.
There was a fight that broke out. And this is the story. I've got to get it right. So, one student walked past another student and began throwing up gang signs. Now, this was during graduation. This is when the student threw a graduation binder at the victim. At first, student was held back but he jumped over 3 rows of seats and he began hitting him. 2 other students jumped into the fight. 1 student involved was pepper sprayed. Now, where did they get the pepper spray from?
Oh, they brought it with them.
Yeah, obviously they brought it with them, which is, you know.
Or was it school security?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
That's right, to get people to separate.
They didn't clarify if it was the school security or the student.
The students that were fighting.
All involved were given a juvenile summons or misdemeanor citation and released to the parents. Now, they're saying that this fight stemmed from a prior incident between the 2 students. So there you have it. Like Gloria said, that girl that was killed, the 16-year-old, it didn't just happen. It was like gearing up. It had been going on for some time, just like this incident had been going on. And I don't even know what was running through the child's mind, the student's mind, to hold up a gang sign.
Right.
I mean, back in the days, we didn't even have gangs.
Right. Well,
sign.
Yeah. Now, my son, there were gangs around then. However, we as parents just figured out, that has nothing to do with our lives, and that's not going to be a part.
It's really prevalent because more and more so, because you get, like, even nowadays, if you wear the wrong color.
Yes, red and blue.
At my son's school, high school, now he's in college, he couldn't wear specific colors.
Right.
And I remember I went to the Santa Clara County Fairgrounds, and when they had it in the summer, and when my son was younger, we went to Disneyland, and they said in order to distinguish our stroller from others, we should put a bandana. So we just put a bandana on there, which was red color. We forgot to take it off.
Right.
We went to the Santa Clara County Fairgrounds, and they go, "You have to take that off right now." And we said, "Okay, we'll take it off. We'll take it off." So we started walking. He goes, "No, you've got to come over here and take it off right now before you start going into the fairgrounds."
Because they didn't want you to be attacked by the people who were on the inside.
Right. Yeah. So more and more, it's about what you can and cannot wear.
Yeah.
So these gang things are just really prevalent now.
And back in the day, the 2 sets of gangs were black and Latino. And as the girlfriends of these people, we were like, we're done with this. You're going to have to let it go. I mean, we would be having fun. We used to do what they call cruising on El Camino in Santa Clara. And we would cruise up and down the streets, and the music, I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, they did that in downtown San Jose as well.
Yes, and we would just have fun. And then somebody would say something stupid, and then people would start fighting. And so the girls, we were like, okay, if you boys want to fight, you all take that over there and you go do your thing. We want to have fun.
Right.
And so the black girls and the Latino girls, we didn't have beef. We didn't care. So we started hanging out outside of cruising. And slowly with time and with, different entities and ministers, deacons of our churches talking to it, it just dissipated.
But then they still had the Latinos doing the driving around, just cruising around downtown San Jose. So they had to abolish that.
Right.
No more cruising.
But now, 2024, well, it actually came back in 2023. Cruising is now back. Because with the cruising, it used to be fun because they would have these lowrider cars, they'd be on the ground, and they'd be and they would bounce, and the music, and they could make the car dance.
Yes, and the music would be loud, and it'd be fun.
So it's back. I haven't heard of anybody actually cruising, but I did see on the news that the new law is that cruising is back. So don't mess it up for everybody. Let's learn how to love and cohabitate.
And make it a fun experience. That's what I say.
Yes, and teach your children, I'm sorry, number one, if you slam my child, and she comes home with bruises, she's not going back to that school.
Exactly.
I'm not going to wait for someone else to take action. You're the parent. If you talk to them first time and they don't do anything, move your child. Let your child go live with an aunt, a grandmother, wherever. It's a different environment because you already see what's going on.
Yeah.
Because she says now, the mom, she came home with bruises. So
So sad.
protect your child, because this is just very, very sad.
But I have a happy story.
Yes.
There's one high school in Memphis, Tennessee, and they have 500 students there, and their principal issued a challenge to the entire school. It's a very small school, only 500 students, which is tiny, because I know that in my son's class when he graduated, there was 500 in his class.
Right.
This is 500 students, but he issued a challenge 6 years ago to the entire school to go a year without a single fight.
Yes.
And they've been trying to do this every year. And this year, they were able to do it.
Yay!
And what did they get? They got a cookout.
Yes.
Cooked by the one and only, the principal of the high school.
Wow.
And he said, it's not math, it's not science, it's not even history you learn, but how to get along with people.
Yes.
That's the main thing that he wanted. And the cookout was cooked by the principal. They cooked 500 hamburgers and 150 hot dogs.
All right.
So everyone was gearing for that. Not even like during any games or anything were there any fights.
See?
So they were able to, let's keep it up.
Yeah.
And I think this is a great example for other high schools and other schools to do the same.
Absolutely.
Why not?
Absolutely.
It's fun and you get a cookout at the end of it.
Absolutely.
So why not?
And it brings about positivity. So congratulations. We are so proud of you and your accomplishment, because it's hard to turn the cheek and just walk away, but you did it.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
It's the entire school that did it.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. So can be done. So, we love us some Whoopi Goldberg. And, Whoopi has had a lot of challenges in her life. I think sometimes people forget that. So when she was younger, she didn't know what was wrong, but she had a hard time in school. So she was dyslexic. And what she did is at 17, she just dropped out of school. And she called herself slow, and so that was her thing. I'm just slow. And one of the things that, because she found out that she was dyslexic, she is an avid reader. I mean, she's always reading via Audible. She can't do the paper, but she can listen. And she listens to books all the time. Well, our girl Whoopi dropped a new book, and it is called Bits, Pieces, My Mother, My Brother, and Me.
And it's a great memoir.
Yes, yes. I mean, her real name is Karen. I'm trying to think. She has a middle name. I can't think of her middle name now, but no one knows her as Karen Johnson. We all know her as Whoopi. And one of the things that Whoopi accredits is her mother and her brother for helping her become the woman that she is. And I think she is an amazing person. I remember when Whoopi first started on The View, she brought her shoes. Whoopi has some shoes.
Yes, they would every day. They would have the camera point down to her shoes, and she would do a little show right
like
there
a little pose of her shoes.
Yes.
And one of the things that somebody was on the show and they said, "Girl, those shoes are fierce." And she goes, "You want them?" And these are red bottom. These are Louis Vuitton shoes.
Yeah.
And she gave them the shoes.
Yep.
And since she's become a little older, she's been giving away her shoes.
They don't do that anymore. I wish they would do the shoe cam again.
Right.
And she had some, oh my God, amazing shoes
yes.
that you would never ever see. I don't even know how.
She had the pair of shoes that had the aquarium, that had the
fish,
had little fish in the heels. I mean, Whoopi is an amazing.
If you're watching Whoopi, which I'm not sure you would be,
I know, but
what we would like to say is that we should bring back the shoe cam. Yes. But you might respond and say, "Well, I'm too old for that because I can't even walk in those shoes."
Right, and I love the fact that you're regifting the shoes, and like in her memoirs, she talks about not everybody gets to walk this earth with folks who let you be exactly who you are, and who give you the confidence to become exactly who you want to be. And so she's like, I thought it's my time to share. Yeah. That's why she did the book. I know the first time I heard of Whoopi Goldberg was when she was doing stand-up. And she put a towel on her head and she was flinging it like long white girl hair or something like that, she called it. And it was so funny. And she used to have a drug problem and she just quit. I am always impressed by somebody that is in the trenches of addiction and they can just stop.
Yeah, I think my first recollection of Whoopi was when she was in that movie Jumping Jack.
Oh, Jumping Jack Flash.
Flash, that's right.
Yes.
It was that was my first introduction. It was an amazing movie.
Yes.
It was
a great movie.
Yes.
And the guy, I mean, because she was just a computer person doing her little thing, monitoring the system, and this guy comes in, and this is old computer technology where it was like the little monitor and the writing would appear.
Yes, it was just one by
but
one appear.
She did such a great job. And then after she did that, she did Color Purple. And when she did Color Purple, Harpo, I Kills You. She just did a phenomenal job.
She's amazing. And you'd be surprised at how many what are those called? Just like little snippets. She'll come into different movies. You go, oh, Whoopi's in this one.
Yeah.
Wow.
They never put her name. It's almost
they
like she's
don't
like
anymore.
But she doesn't want it. I'm sure she doesn't want it because she doesn't want the movie to become more about her than about what the movie.
Yes, the actual movie.
She just went to see The Wiz with Wayne Brady. When I was in New York, I went to a Broadway play a couple of times. We found out about the line that the locals get in where you can buy the cheap tickets. Well, we were like center, third row, cheap tickets. I was like, I could do this all night. And we saw the Rockettes. And I love how she brings about Broadway and how she supports Broadway. It's amazing. So Whoopi, I can't wait to get my hands on your book and woosah and read it because I know it's going to be filled with gems.
And I wonder if she's going to come out with an audio for her book. You know how
Michelle, you read the book.
Yes, like Michelle Obama, she wrote her book Becoming and she read it.
Yes.
For the audio. I'm wondering if Whoopi will do that for her book.
I hope so. I mean, even if they have to put earplugs in your ears so that you can do that. Another thing I found out about Whoopi. Did you know Whoopi wears hearing aids?
Yeah.
She blew her ears out when she was younger listening to loud music. And I remember my grandmother used to turn that music down. And I'd be like, it's not that loud. And when I did start wearing earbuds, all of a sudden I thought, maybe I shouldn't play it quite as loud. So when it's out, I would play it loud, but when it was on my ears, I was a little bit more cautious.
Okay, yeah. And the one thing I always remember from Whoopi, she always talks about she never wears a bra.
Right. So I think she said something like, oh, the last time I wore a bra was like 19 something. I mean, she lets you know.
Well, one time they actually did put her in one on The View. And that was probably the last time she ever wore one, which was pre-pandemic.
Yes, they just put her in it. She wore it and I'm sure she took it off. It's just very interesting that like she's losing weight now, or she lost weight. I don't know if it was just to get her health back, and because every time we turned around she was having a little something going on. So she lost the weight, and I love these cute little overalls that she's wearing.
Oh,
she had like the little pink ones. And,
and I like the fact that now she's lost a bit of. You notice that she always puts her hair up.
I love her hair back,
off her face. Before
and they make it like into like a little crown shape.
Yeah, and before it was like all down and just heavy. It looked heavy, but she looks refreshed now.
Yeah, she looks younger now. She looks happier now.
Yeah,
so
good on you, Whoopi.
Yes, we love you, love you, love you. So, before we get off of Whoopi real quick, now you know Whoopi is off on Fridays and Anna comes in to be at the table with the girls. If Joy's out, Anna comes in. Well, last Friday, all the girls were there.
Yes.
And Whoopi was like, do not adjust your TV. I know it's a Friday and I'm here and I'm never on a Friday. Yet I'm here because of the sentencing that came down where the previous president was found guilty for 34 counts of what was he did? He was convicted for falsifying business records to hide a hush payment to a porn star. Now, I would think that would be enough for everybody to see the truth. Still not enough. People are still doing their own thing. It was just a day. Whoopi was happy. Anna was just, oh my gosh, she was over the moon, because you can't say that there was a crooked person, because all of the jurors had to agree to do the sentencing. And they didn't come out and say, number 1 is a yes, number 2 is no, number 5 is a yes.
They didn't do that, yeah.
All 34 counts
were unanimous.
Gifted.
Yes, yeah. Could you imagine just how much, I mean, to be a juror?
Yeah, in that case,
you gotta be really, like, you cannot be, like, they were so good. They didn't even look at Donald Trump. They were just very into the trial, making sure that they didn't do anything to cause any kind of distraction.
And surely, being in that trial, they were concerned for their life, because people on the outside who loved the previous president, that they would do things to them, and they put their life on the line to do their job as citizens.
I would not. Sorry, I cannot.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
They was actually, there was some that was scared for their life, because they weren't sure what kind of retribution they would have.
Right, because if he gets to be president again, he's going to have, everything's going to be retribution.
Yes.
Everybody that's ever that's wronged him, he's going to get. All these people, one of the things, and I'm just going to go on the record. One of the things I think is very interesting. We had a Supreme Court, and that Supreme Court was high level, untouchable by anybody. Does the Supreme Court justice think that if the previous president becomes the current president, that if he so decides to fire you all, that he can't do it? So while you're sitting there thumping your little chest thinking we are in charge, we be bad, we are all this and everything else, you need to think about what happens. Because Maya Angelou always said, if someone shows you who they are,
you better
believe them.
Yes.
And the previous president has showed everybody who he is and what he's about to do.
He'd already showed everyone who he is years ago.
Oh, but it's even more now, because, and I think some of that has to do with the fact that I don't think he thought anyone would convict him.
Yeah.
So now
he thought he was untouchable.
Now he's like, okay, what am I going to do? I saw his niece, the one that wrote the book, being interviewed, and she was like, she's like, I can't help it. I smile every time I say 34 convictions, because she says that he was raised to believe he could not do anything wrong.
He was invincible.
Anything he wanted, it was his.
Yeah.
That's the way his dad raised him. Unfortunately, there are accountable things that occur.
Well, now we're going to have to sit and see if he's going to get jail time.
Yes.
So,
but even if to me, if I was the judge, the sentence for someone doing that would be to abolish them to their home. No TV, no cameras, no communication. Could you imagine a whole year of silence? See, people are like, oh, they're going to put him in jail. You don't have to put him in jail. If you silence the Energizer Bunny, if you silence the chaos, that would be a bad sentence in some eyes.
What is that other thing when you're in jail? You're solitary confinement.
Yes.
You're just by yourself.
Yeah.
And that would be the same.
It's the same thing. Because nobody should be above the law. That's something we want you all to think about. Whether you love him, hate him, doesn't matter.
Yep.
It's the law.
Yep.
And be careful who you give your power to. Because when you put people in office, there are people running around in our Congress right now, and you think to yourself, I wouldn't even let you watch my dog. I wouldn't even let you watch my cat, because you're so unconscious. So we're going to continue to watch this, and I know Whoopi's going to continue to woo-woo because she's so happy. And, my thoughts and prayers go out to the jurors, and may you all be taken care of and
safe and protected.
Yes, and your blessing to the United States of America should never go unannounced, because that took a lot of courage.
Yep.
You're very couraged people. So, we said to you, there's a new Bachelorette, Joan Vassos.
Joan Vassos. I love her. I
Yes.
loved her since the moment I saw her, and I was so upset when she had to go home to be with her daughter. And I'm like, they need to make her the next Bachelorette.
Mm-hmm.
And voila, ta-da, she is the next.
That's right.
Very first Golden Bachelorette.
Yes.
Coming this fall to your TV screen.
Yes. And, typical. Now, when Gary was the Golden Bachelor, did nobody start saying things like, well, is he going to kiss all those women? Is he going to have relations with those women? None of that. Joan hasn't even met the guys yet, and they're like, is she going to kiss those men? Is she? And it's like, why is there double standards?
I know.
She is a lady. And one of the things that I loved about the Golden Bachelor is it wasn't slutty. He kissed a lot of ladies.
He did kiss a lot of ladies. Yes, he did.
Yes, but it wasn't like the women. They would say, oh, you got some quiet time with Gary or whatever. In the young version, they're like, yeah, they're very
vindictive. That's what they are.
And
they're
the Golden
very catty as well.
Yeah. See, the Golden Bachelorettes, they weren't. They just.
They weren't. The most we got from being catty was Kathy, who said, "Zip it."
That's right.
We don't want to hear anymore. Zip it.
Yeah, because she was talking too much, and I think it's very interesting that she was like, "You go out, you have a good time. You don't have to come back and tell us everything that you've done." And she did that. She talked. She got him. What did that last? A month? 2 months? And they're getting a divorce.
I know.
So, hint to Joan, just be careful. Watch it and make sure that the men are there for you. And if they are talking, causing any drama, send them home. Say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye. Because I think Joan, the reason why I like her a lot is because I find her very sophisticated and elegant and very poised.
Yes.
And she's nice to look at as well.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
She's very, very beautiful, well-spoken, and I do follow her on Instagram.
All right.
So I know what she's been, even though it's just for Instagram, they make these posts, but I do like her a lot. And I wish her the best of luck. And I hope the men are there for the right reasons, because she needs to find someone that's there for her. And we'll have to see, because you never know. Because, initially I thought Gary was a great person when they first introduced him. But then I got kind of a bit bored of him, halfway through it.
My thing is, okay, you're looking for a woman to be your wife. Don't you think you'd have a conversation about where are we going to move, where are we going to live? And neither one of them wanted to move. Well, why did you get married? It's not.
Well, the other lady, Teresa, was it Teresa? No, it was the other, Leslie.
Yes.
Well, Leslie also didn't want to move as well. Remember, she said that
she's not giving up my kids.
So either way, he wasn't winning either way.
Right. He would have had to move, and he apparently isn't willing to do that. So, Joan, sweetheart, if you find a guy, I don't care how wonderful he is, as you're having conversations, you have to say, are you willing to relocate should this relationship work? Because
of the age where they are,
they've
built a life for themselves, their family, around
and
their family and community.
Yes.
So that's the only one hard challenge that they'll have with the Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette. Whereas the regular Bachelor and Bachelorette, they are young, so they can up and move wherever they want, because they haven't even... Their life has not been set. They're not settled in any particular state. So it's much easier for them. So it is going to be harder. And you're right. She needs to figure that out with the person before she chooses them.
Yes. So it comes in the fall. And in the interim, we're going to have the first Asian Bachelorette. And that will be starting soon. So, Bachelor Nation, get ready to hold on. It's going to be a wild ride.
We didn't watch the last Bachelor, but I will be watching this Bachelorette
Yeah.
because she's Asian.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she's like, I gotta support.
Gotta support.
Yes. So we will see how that goes. So, how's the weather where you are? Is it warm? Is it cold? Is it raining? Are you experiencing tornadoes? Are you experiencing hurricanes? What you got? Because the United States of America, as well as the rest of the world, are experiencing some major weather changes. And if someone says to you, oh, it's just the weather, tell them, no, it's not. Because the weather used to have certain patterns, and those patterns are going out. They're just going out the window.
They're going out the door and
Yeah.
bye-bye. We're not
Yeah.
going to have the regular weather patterns we used to have
Yeah.
because we used to have fall, winter, spring, summer. And now some states are having fall and winter the whole year long.
Right.
Like
Right.
even now, look at Dallas, Texas. I have
Yes.
friends there and they're like posting pictures.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be summer. I mean, spring, summer, nearly
Right.
summer. And the weather, it's still raining there.
Yeah. And in Texas, let me tell you, you know how they always say everything's bigger in Texas? The mosquitoes are big enough to pick you up and fly you away. They're huge. I mean, well, think about all that water, all that sitting water.
Yes, yes.
You know, it creates critters. So that's something that's going on. They're here in California on Monday, I think it was like maybe 78. And then Tuesday, we got up to like 84. Today, some places are going to be high 90s to low 100s.
I'm sure inland will be low
Yes.
100s.
Yes, because it started warming up early. And then tomorrow, it's going to go back from the 100s to 84. It's amazing that we're not all running around here sick because the temperature fluctuations are just so high. So this is not normal weather. Be aware, especially when you're out and they say tornado warning. Do not get in your car and do a road trip. Do not do that. Try and stay home off the road. When we were kids, the safest place I used to always get is in a closet or in the bathtub because the closet was surrounded by, it's tiny, so it didn't have enough space for wind tunnels and all of that. And it used to be okay. What's going on now is much stronger, much more powerful. So Texas, you know, even like, I think yesterday was 102 in Vegas, and it's supposed to get up to like 105 today. I mean, that's just uncomfortable. I don't care how much you like heat, you know.
Well, Vegas has actually gone up to 112, 113, 114 before.
Yeah. So we're headed that way now. Just be careful. And here in Northern California, be very, very careful when you're out. And as a matter of fact, that's going to be part of my tip today. So thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you for realizing that we have your highest good in our conversation and the highest good for your children. That is what is important to us. So from the top down, teach your children to be respectful. Teach your children to honor their elders. Teach your children to keep their hands to themselves. And the world will be a better place. So, I'm Gloria Web Williams. My company is Ancient Stones Nurture Natural, all natural mineral makeup company right here in Santa Clara, California. And my tip of the day, even though it's not makeup specific, is hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. It is hot, and sometimes even though it's hot, you forget it's hot and you don't hydrate. I can't tell you how many people I know who've fallen out. What are you doing down there? Because they're not drinking water or they're drinking sodas. Sugar water does not hydrate.
You definitely does not.
And so you need real good water. And, you know, I can't think of it. I think it's called Yuka, Y-U-K-A. But find an app that you can check because all water is not created the same. You want to make sure that you're hydrating so that, number one, it's cooler for your body. Because when you're outside in triple digits, it's hot. And make sure you use a form of sunscreen. I have a powdered sunscreen. You apply it, you set it with the Ancient Elixir setting spray, and it stays until you cleanse it off. But it's very, very important that you hydrate the skin, because I don't know about you, sometimes you know how you see someone and they're just red. I mean, their whole body is just red. And you're like, my God, you know, don't you want to put on a hat? So do for yourself. And if you see other people and they're out and about, just say, here's a bottle of water. Someone had me laughing because at the Campbell's Farmers Market, there was a lady there that was offering free hugs.
Yeah.
And I thought, you're so cute.
Thank you.
I know, but I thought it was cute that she was trying.
Right.
Nobody went near her.
I think I've seen her.
Yes, nobody went near her. But, you know, and I thought to myself, it would be better if you were telling people to hydrate, because it's cement. And that's another thing to be cautious of. When the sun hits the cement and it bounces up, it hits you.
Oh, exactly.
So that's my tip of the day. Gloria Web Williams, Ancient Stones Nurturing Natural.
Thank you so much. And my turn now.
Yes.
I'm Rosetta Chow, certified health coach, educator, and speaker, because when I'm speaking, I'm educating. And my tip of the day today is focusing on weight loss can be bad on your health. Did you know that? Because no more than 20% of people who complete a weight-based intervention were not able to maintain their weight for more than 1 year.
Really?
So after they lost their weight, they regained it and then some.
Okay.
So when I say get healthy, it doesn't mean weight loss, because if you're healthy from the inside out, weight loss is a default. And I always say, as a health coach myself to my clients, I will never talk about weight. Weight is not the main thing. My goal is to get you healthy on the inside. And what does that mean? That means nurturing your body with the right nutrients for disease prevention and healing.
Right.
That's the main thing, right? Don't think about weight loss, because a lot of times when people think about weight loss, their mindset goes into restrictions. And it's not about restricting yourself. It's about how can you live a life that is 80-20, 80% healthy, 20% you can splurge and eat things that you normally don't want to eat.
Right.
So 80-20 is very important, the 80-20 rule, and that's what I work with my clients with and partner with them to teach them how to do that, because that will be longevity, sustainable, and long-lasting for the rest of your life. So mindset and psychology is so important.
Yes.
And it's more important than getting healthy. But second is healthy, and how can we do that? Is to change our mindset and psychology. So that's what I do with my clients, and I say your health matters, and let's get you healthy on the inside. And how to do that doably and easily and simply. So there you have it. I'm Rosetta Chow. Simply Health, your health matters. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I love that 80-20 rule, because I can't remember, I think it was Oprah who said that at one point she wanted to lose like 10 or 15 pounds, and she has gained and lost hundreds of pounds trying to lose that little 10 to 15 pounds. So that is great advice.
And another quick tip.
Yes.
Instead of saying I want to lose weight, why don't you say I'd like to release the weight? Because if you lose the weight, it will always come back and find you.
I love that. That's perfect. And what a great manifestation statement to end our chat today. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. We want you to know that we feel the love that it takes for you to watch our videos, and we send it back to you, bubbling over. We want you to go out and have a fabulous day, and be careful wherever you are, and be aware of the weather wherever you are.
Yes, and we do hope that you enjoyed our chat.
Yes.
And if you do, please, we'd love you to hit that thumb icon And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. And make sure you hit that bell notification so you will be ready to watch all the chats when you get notified. Thank you. We are Silicon Valley Girls, chat over tea.
And remember to always keep smiling.
Take care.
Bye. Have a great day.